Hey everyone, Julio here from Fast. I just want to make a quick review since I haven't uploaded any video on YouTube. I've been playing airsoft for quite a while now, and I learned so much from other people posting videos. I kind of became a technician by watching YouTube videos. So thank you to all of you who has posted video about guns and stuff. It helped everyone else. So I think it's time for me to give back. Today I want to talk about HPA and kind of do like a mini review of the Redline SRM Hurricane. So there's no review at all in there. I've been there several times on YouTube and I just cannot find a review at all. I have owned the N7, and this is the SRM, the newest one. The N7 uses more air, of course, and the N7 has the older trigger valve, which I have somewhere in there, and the SRM have the new trigger valve, which is crispier, faster, reset quicker. Unfortunately, both of the N7 and the SRM Hurricane has the pop at the very end, which people can find annoying. I actually like the system. It performs amazingly well with DMR setup because this having it is always closed bolt, so what BB will be placed at the same location every time. So this nozzle is pushed forward at all times. Each time you fire, this thing will load the BB and will stay there, and then you press the trigger again, the BB will fire. Comparing this to the Polestar Jag or F1 or SMP, other HPA unit, the nozzle is open bolt, which means that this thing is hold back and the BB loads, and this thing load the BB and fire it at the same time, causing accuracy problems sometimes. The N7 and they do not make the N7 anymore, to be clear. The SRM is always closed bolt and have really good accuracy. Dual creep is not as bad as any other engines, since you are not able to manage the poppet dwell or how much air it blows each trigger pull. Is just standard, plug it in and good to go. The SRM, as always, does not use any battery or fire control unit like this guy. This is a Polestar F2 that has a fire control unit here. I mean the trigger board, which is here, and the fire control unit here. With this little guy, you can adjust your rate of fire, poppet dwell, and all the cool stuff out there. But this is a little bit more delicate. You play in the humidity, the wires kind of snap off. Don't pull it too hard. It just, if you press the trigger too hard sometimes on this little thing, it will crack. I've seen that like several times on Polestar Jag. People pull the trigger too hard and boom, it just snap. Comparing to the SRM, the Redline, that rarely happens. It happens to me once when I first got it, but it was my mistake. So let's take it apart and see what I'm talking about. This engine goes about 280, I believe. They're not that expensive, but as I mentioned, if you're looking into doing DMR setup, the Redline SRM Hurricane is one of the best setup I have tried. I had Polestar Jag, I had the SMP, I have other engines that it didn't perform well as these little machines here. Now this is what you'll get in the box, and that's all. There's nothing to this, no wires, no mini computer, submerging in water, and it will still work. Now the problem what I got with this is this thing, when I installed it, it was a little bit lower like this, kind of like this, and when I pressed the trigger, maybe like 3 or 4 times, the thing came off. It broke, and I was very upset because I didn't even play with it. I didn't even use it in a game. I just testing it at home, and it broke. So it was installed a little bit like this, and I thought it was normal that it could go sideways, but it was not. When you install this, make sure it's straight as an arrow. If you install it like this, kind of this, and you press the trigger, it will break on you. this is what I had to do to install it. I sanded the gearbox inside. Don't mind this, I just cut it because I didn't need that. This is what I did here. I had to chop this off so the way this guy is installed super straight as possible. But yep, the first problem I saw with this one broke off. It's just two metals that holds this white part in here, and this tiny, very tiny piece of metal, like smaller than this, very small. So that thing just snapped off. So as a tech, I like to open the stuff and see what's in it. So I took this thing off and disassembled the whole thing. Nothing to be scared of, super easy. And I took the metal off and I filed it and I make it flat. Once it was flat, I added like a small bucking rubber like this on both sides. And with that, I added some crazy glue in it, and it actually helped because factory wise, see the whole surface of this button here, and what make it push the trigger is like a tiny little wire, that make it push. Now that I crazy glue these with plastic and have bigger surface, you can pull the trigger anywhere, like right, and it still fire. Down will still fire because it has more surface. It was a win-win, Once it broke and I repair it, and it shoots even better after I repair it because now it has better surface to touch. And that's the only problem I saw. The other thing that I saw is the nozzle. The nozzle is kind of too strong. Comparing it to the F2, this one have a spring in it. And they sell different spring for the F2, like a stronger spring to load the BB or lighter spring. This one does not have a spring in it. It's propelled by the air. So when you connect this thing like this, there you go. See, it's already pulled, and it's really not able to. See, you have to like really press it to go back. Now, having this thing push the nozzle push by the pressure of the air tank, the nozzle loads the BB way too strong. I mean, really strong. Like push it really quick. I tried many buckets. When I first installed it, I couldn't get it to work. My BB just go right up, up, down. It was just a mess. And I thought, well, it's my bucking. I changed the bucking, same. And then I thought, well, it could be my hop-up unit. Changed my hop-up unit, same. And I just couldn't figure out why I couldn't get a consistent flight path. So, and then I turned the hop up all the way down, and then when I plug it again, it shot great. It just very steady. And then I realized that it was the nozzle that was really pushing the BB too hard. What I did, I grabbed one of these buckets and I wrapped Teflon tape on the lip, and this actually made the BB really hard to be pushed in there. Right now it's easy because it's outside. Oh wow, this is tough. There you go. See, even though right now with my finger the bucket is out, it's hard to put this BB through the lip. If I put this bucket in my hop-up unit, I actually need to like really press it with a screwdriver, like really hard, because the bucket lid is too narrow, it's too tight. But for some reason, this guy is able to push this thing in there. I have never seen this before, how strong this nozzle could load the BB in there. When I put the BB with a screwdriver, you need a lot of force to push the BB through. But this nozzle has no problem pushing it through. I'm not sure if every engine is the same, that loads the BB too fast, too strong. I'm not sure, but the N7 did not have that problem. My previous N7 load the BB normal, like a Jag or a SMP or the F1. It was just soft, like easy on. But with this guy though, The only way I could make it shoot straight is by really making the lid really tight. That's the only thing that I saw here with this. But the other thing on the SRM is the pop. When you pull the trigger, it pops. So when you go this, yup. Yep. So you pull the trigger, and there you go. It's annoying for some people. Me, I don't really mind it as much since I get really good accuracy, consistent shot. But right now my goal is to have the most quiet DMR out there. I have an R-hop in my DMR, and I'm reaching about 280 to 300 feet with 40 gram BBs at 470 FPS with 2 gram BBs, I think, or about 334 FPS with 40 gram BB, equivalent to 440, 450 with 20 gram. You know, we're not gonna get into jewel creep right now, but I know for sure that I shoot 40 gram and it's at 330 FPS, 328, 330 FPS, so it's within limit. And I'm really happy with the result with this. No battery, nothing, just plug and play. You forget your battery or it's raining out there, you just don't need to worry about anything. Just plug your tank, good to go. But as I mentioned, I really want to get a very silent DMR without the pop after the trigger. So you do this, yep, you like another pop. It is getting in my nerve now. If you press the trigger super fast though, you can't really tell. You can't really tell if you press it really fast, but as a DMR, you're not gonna be shooting as fast as you can since you engage in target further and you need to press and then release, and you will heal the second pop. That's the only thing I don't like about this. That's why I got a F2. It just arrived today. I'm just testing it. There you go. And F2, and this way it does. Yep, this thing works fine. Only one pop, no second pop. But I'm gonna be comparing the F2 with the SRM, the accuracy, and if this thing is quieter than the F2, I will stay with the F2, depending, either or. But you know, I'm keeping them both anyways. I might install this in another build or something. That's it guys for the review of the SR-M Hurricane. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. If I forgot something about this engine, leave the comment below. But I hope it helped you. You know, it's great for DMR. You know, don't get me wrong, I love this thing for DMR. Super accurate, very little jewel creep, no adjustment whatsoever. Don't worry about puppet dwell or nozzle timing, all those crazy things that comes with this little guy. So yep, you just want a DMR, drop it in there. Just make sure that your nozzle loads the BB not too strong. But that's it. It's a good engine, but it had some issues here and there. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You know, I just really want to give back to the airsoft community. I will see you guys in the next. Julio out. Peace.